A 950 channel went international this year for National Cheese Lovers Day January 20th with French Dairy Board Managing Director Charles Duca's favorite Paris cheese shops. A French cheese expert picks his favorite Paris cheese shops just in time for National Cheese Lovers Day. We asked French cheese expert and managing director, Americas of Needle, the French Dairy Board to offer up his favorite shops for incredible French cheese in celebration of National Cheese Lovers Day. He offered up a variety of distinctive picks for lovers of all things fromage, including Fromagerie Cotter Homme. Located on the well-heeled Rue de Sèvres at the edge of the historic Saint-Germain-des-Prés district, this prestigious fromagerie was opened by Marie Cotter Homme, who was the first woman to win the title of Best Artisan for Cheesemaking in 2000. Cotter Homme's two children now run the shop and continue the shop's traditions, which includes her award-winning refining techniques and beautiful presentations. Duca recommends you try the Comte. Cotter Homme sells 200 to 250 varieties of cheese and creates its own house specialties that pair up cheese and gourmet ingredients like whiskey or fruit. Try their divinely sharp mimolette, perfect for anyone who loves a well-aged cheddar-type cheese. The historic Androuet Fromagerie has been sourcing and maturing exceptional cheeses since 1909, says Duca. Their shop on Rue Mouffetard is staffed by friendly English speakers who will be happy to explain and vacuum seal your selections, including the utterly charming manager Patrick, who grew up on a goat farm. He wrote a book called Allô les Chèvres, and makes his own fromage fort on site. Henry Androuet literally invented the concept of a modern cheese shop with Androuet, and there are now several locations of this fromagerie open throughout the city. The one in the 7th arrondissement is open on Mondays, a rarity. Duca recommends you check out the Camembert. This very modern shop has its own cheese ripening caves, says Duca of Alias. Although the caves are off limits to anyone not involved in the cheese-making process, it's a peek into the artisanal world of the Alias family's world of cheese. Each of the 4 maturing cellars feature a select type of cheese. This shop is an institution and often visitors will meet the cheese master, Philip Alias, who loves greeting patrons. The inspiration for the unique cheese shop Charlicot, the cheese apartment, was the owner's apartment. She wanted to create a cozy, relaxing environment where people would like to have conversations and taste new things. The shop carries not just cheese, but honey, jam, fruit, and delicatessen products. But that cheese is really the star of this shop with more than 70 different varieties. Duca recommends you sample the époisses. And don't miss the tastings. Tastings are encouraged and held between 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. and at 8:30 p.m. The shop requests reservations. 6 Rue de la Folie Maricourt, 75011 Paris. It's worth a trip up the hill to Montmartre to sample Virginie Bouleroi's selection of exclusively raw milk cheeses. Once freshly made cheeses are delivered to Virginie's shop, she matures then in curing cellars from 2 weeks to several months before offering them for sale. Duca recommends you try the Brie. The eponymous owner of Fromagerie Laurent Dubois, Laurent Dubois has been awarded the highest honor the French government bestows on craftspeople, the Mille de France, MOF. Taste his Roquefort layered with quince paste or the Camembert stuffed with mascarpone and apples. Duca also recommends you sample the Emmental when you're at the shop. Martine has been hard at work at this location since 1975. In fact, she was born on the very street where her cheese shop is located, Rue Tocqueville in the 17th arrondissement, says Duca of Fromagerie Martine Dubois. Martine has been called the magician of cheese and is known for her old-world style savoir-faire, says Duca. Dubois only works with producers she likes and respects, so if you want to experience very special cheeses, this is the place. He recommends the Forme d'Ambert. La Laiterie La Chapelle is an artisanal dairy in the heart of Paris, and is the brainchild of cheesemonger Paul Zindi, who has brings cheese making front and center in one of the most food-focused cities in the world, says Duca. This is one of the most interesting retail experiences in all of Paris. The artisans at this shop manufacture and refine 100% Ile-de-France raw milk cheeses. The shop sources their milk from the Vexin region close to Paris. Try anything from this shop, it's fresh and wonderful, says Duca. If you are looking for a consummately chic French cheese shop, then Duca recommends the lovely Barthélemy. This is simply one of the most beautiful, and expensive, fromageries in Paris, says Duca, who recommends you try the Pont à l'Évêque. Madame Hiseda opened her first cheese shop in 1985 in Tokyo, and a decade later was awarded a medal from the Confrérie des Chevaliers du Taste de France. Her shop has a small tasting salon where you can sample any of the cheeses in the shop. Duca enjoys how Hiseda weaves a Japanese sense of aesthetics into the presentation of her cheeses. Her sophisticated Parisian clientele enjoys mozzarella topped with a cherry leaf, wasabi-flavored fresh goat cheese and cheese pairings with Japanese whiskey and sakes.